The controversy surrounding Senator NED NWOKO and Regina has taken a shocking and messy turn. What began as a family disagreement has now escalated into public scandal with allegations that could shake both political and social circles. Regina Daniels, the young Nollywood star and wife of the senator, has reportedly narrated her side of the story, revealing disturbing details about the senator's alleged drug fantasy lifestyle. According to close source, the revelation involved deep personal issues, secrets, and political implications that could threaten NED NWOKO's reputation as a public figure. The situation has raised questions about the morality, abuse of power, and integrity expected of a sitting senator. Regina's emotional accounts allegedly points to consistent drug use within the family circle, where Regina accused NED NWOKO of introducing drugs to his various wives, both ex and present wives, that the NDLEA should carry forensic check of drugs in them. This is what Regina is exposing right now. It is getting messier. Imagine a sitting senator that should be a role model to others is now being accused of many things. That is very sad. Very, very sad. No one believed that. This situation has raised questions about morality, abuse of power, and the integrity expected of a sitting senator. The actress reportedly claimed that she endured years of emotional pressure and secrecy to protect her husband's political image. Now, with the truth allegedly surfacing, it seems the entire household is under public scrutiny. Political observers say this scandal could have national repercussions given NWOKO's position in government. Social media has exploded with mixed reactions. Some sympathizing with Regina, while others accuse her of tarnishing the senator's image. The tension between the couple reportedly deepened over recent weeks, within days right now, with accusations, counter-accusations, and leaked controversies, adding fuel to the fire. What is more disturbing is the alleged involvement of family members in the hidden dealings. The ongoing revelations have also exposed a lifestyle of luxury and secrecy that many are now questioning. Even supporters of NED NWOKO are calling for calm and investigation before any conclusion are drawn. Meanwhile, Regina's fans are rallying behind her, encouraging her to speak up despite potential threats. The senator's political opponents have seized the moment, calling for transparency. This is so bad. Nobody expected this from this very senator at all. Nobody expected this at all. This has exposed a lot of lifestyles most of these our senators are living, but you won't know. Somebody that married Regina, he has 5 wives already, many kids. Then what is the essence of marrying Regina? For what exactly? To become a 6th wife. For what exactly? This is a question many people should be asking themselves. What is the essence of marrying Regina to become a 6th wife, if not for that sexual whatever fantasies or something? This is the brain the family should have gone for or used for. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. A sitting senator married her at the age of 17 or so. For what? You already have 5 wives. How does it sound? This is tarnishing Nigeria's image abroad. These are the people that's supposed to be representing Nigeria, advocating for what? Equity, integrity, and power and equality. What do you think he will offer in the Senate House? Very, very sad indeed. Let's go into the details of what is actually happening. Let's go into the details, both what NED exposed and both what Regina also exposed. That is so sad at this very moment. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. NED NWOKO said, these videos show Sammy, Regina's brother, reportedly coming to my house and harassing my children and domestic staff, especially whenever I was not around. His visits were often aggressive and disruptive. This is someone I sponsored through his last 2 years at the University of Iboma. I bought his musical instruments, rented and furnished a flat for him in Abuja, in addition to the what house I bought for Regina in Asaba before our marriage, for the use of all of them. I also routinely provided allowances to all members of the family, including her mother, Rita Daniels. Indeed, in the last 2 years, I have a record of transferring 125 million to her alone. When Regina started her rehabilitation, there was a clear instruction by the doctors to strictly restrict people, especially her enablers, from having access to her. The therapy was arranged after I noticed troubling changes in her behavior linked to her dependence on certain illegal substances, including going for 48 hours without sleeping and eating every 2 hours. Unfortunately, Sammy, Destiny, some of their siblings, together with a few of their friends, notably Sonia, Uche Montana, among others, constantly defied those instructions. They would come into the house uninvited, sometimes forcing their way in, and would bring her the same substance she was being treated for. Instead of helping her recover, they encouraged her addiction and completely frustrated the what this whole system. It is important to know that Lawrence, Sammy, his girlfriend, Enke, Destiny, Sonia, and others also took the same draws to Regina. In fact, Lawrence and Sammy were the ones who first introduced and was supplied these draws to her. They were deeply involved in the habits themselves, and rather than helping her get better, they kept drawing her back into the same destructive lifestyle. I do not drink alcohol nor smoke. In fact, I am a vegetarian. So I find this characters and behaviors reprehensible and totally unacceptable. Just 4 weeks ago, I woke up around 5 a.m. and realized that Regina was in my room and on the phone. She was clearly high and she shows that I'm not, she knows that I am not, that I do not want her in my room in that condition. I asked her to go to her room and she told me that Sammy's girlfriend was in her room. I was alarmed and angry because that girl should never have been in my house, let alone around Regina, since she is one enablers who constantly bring her the substance she's addicted to. I told Regina that the girl had to leave, and one of my drivers dropped her off. 30 minutes later, Sammy came to my house shouting and was demanding that I come downstairs to face him. He said I had no right to ask his girlfriend to leave my house. He was ranting and threatening, waking everyone, including the children. Everything that happened that day was in my house, in my absence. Nobody was beaten, and nobody could have contemplated that. It is blatantly false to say that I sent Stores to beat Regina in another house. The video that went viral was filmed entirely in front of my house by Regina's sister and her friends. It was a pure Nollywood scenario in front of my property in my absence. Sammy should have a life of his own outside of Regina and focus on building his career independently. When his brother Lawrence went to London a couple of years ago to do his what master's degree, I personally sponsored him with $75,000 for tuition and upkeep. I sent him abroad apparently to help him escape the toxic environment of drug exposure and bad influence around them at the time. Out of fairness, I offered Sammy the same opportunity, but he declined, insisting he wanted to remain in Nigeria to pursue his music career. Unfortunately, he has since been arrested several times by both the police and EFCC. His behavior has become increasingly violent and unstable. What he needs now is total rehabilitation and professional guidance. Otherwise, his aggression and destructive tendencies will only worsen. This is what NED NWOKO have said. Let's go to Regina's own and see what he said, what she said. Let's just go to her own side and see what she said. Why don't you also tell them that all your wives and ex-wives are on drugs and can be kind in and you and can you be kind enough to explain to them why that is? Why don't you also tell them how you lock me up and doctors to inject me with drugs meant for people with what bipolar disorder? Why don't you tell them how you take my phones weeks just because you hate that I talk to my family a lot? You have never seen me act incoherent, stumble, or lose control, or just stop. Every problem we have had started when I no longer wanted you. When, whether sober or even high, stop using the drugs narrative to create distractions. Tell people the truth. I understand, Sha. You are feeling rejected and hurt, and you are struggling to make peace with the fact that it is what all over. That has always been your strategy. Break people down, make them weak and powerless, and then have your way with them. But guess what? It is not going to work this time. Not anymore. You say you want me to go for rehab, but you are the same nerd who always wanted me high in your words. I am sexier when I'm high. You liked me the way because it made me wide and romantic, exactly how you wanted me to be. Why don't you also tell them how you force yourself on me whenever I say no? Why don't you tell them how you lock me up, seize my phone, and suddenly declare me mentally unstable the moment I say no? I no longer want to be in rehabilitation relationship. But once I change my mind to get out of that locked room, you suddenly I am fine again. I'm no longer mentally unstable and apparently not in need of what rehab anymore. Let me make this clear. No matter how much you think you spend on me, it can never equal the value of the time I gave you. My prime years, my energy, and the career opportunities I sacrificed while being with you. And for the record, I would have filed for divorce long ago. If there was ever a legal marriage between us, we were never married in any court of law, and no documents were signed. Leave me alone, Ned. Marriage is not by force. Love is not by force. Stop trying to control what no longer belongs to you. This is what is actually happening now in Ned's family. This is what is actually happening now. It is seriously getting messier. A senator who should be a role model to the Nigerians he's representing, but look at what is happening. A death environment, exposing a lot of things that is happening within their family. It is very, very sad. Very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad. We are watching and waiting patiently to see what NDLEA will do in this very matter. Because they have a lot of work to do to carry out routine check on that very family, on everyone, to know if they are abusing drugs in that very place. Because law is not meant only for what? The poor or the public. It is meant for everyone, even the senators. Nobody is above the law. So they should check that very family closely to know what is actually happening there. But it is actually clear that Regina Daniel is making points clear. So they are consuming a lot of drugs in that very family. So NDLE have a lot of job to do that very place. Let Nigerians know what is happening. This is exposing the ills in the society. What these people are using our money, borrowed money, everything, constituency allowances to do. Because this is coming from political money meant for the people. We are using it to what? To satisfy your what? Fantasies. So let's see how it goes. The case is getting messier daily. So kindly subscribe to this very channel so that we get more updates from us because we are exposing a lot of updates. Thank you so much and have a lovely day ahead.